I just got done staring at the wall for an hour. I had heard about this practice a couple different places. I'm a big fan of Healthy Gamer GG, of Dr. K, Dr. Kanoja, and I saw this today, and I said, you know what, I'm going to take my lunch break basically, and stare at the wall. It's I will link a few videos. I will link a few sources of, you can go study more about it. You can go read more about it. I guess I wanted to, and I couldn't even find like my right like tripod or something. So this is gonna be a shaky handy game video. It was interesting to observe what my mind did throughout the process, right? The first bit of it, my mind is bored, and it's kind of going back and forth between feeling sleepy, like I'm closing my eyes and going, oh wait, I gotta stay with this, and feeling very, very bored. And then after a while, that just like I passed through it, and then I got to thinking. I've done mindfulness meditation for a few months now, where the purpose is to like focus your mind and like concentrate on breathing, let things go. This is less about coming back to the breath, and this is more about just like focusing on the wall. But not with a like count the spots on the wall. This is my first time doing it, so I might have done it wrong. But what I found was so interesting, what I find so interesting about meditation in general, is that I get so concerned about, am I doing this right? And yet, while certainly there are, the mind is part of the body. The body, just like if I take my body to the gym and I use a workout machine, there are ways to utilize workout machines that are more effective than others, right? See all the silly the meme videos online of people using workout machines in wildly unorthodox ways, right? Wrong ways, right? Or at least like very ineffective ways is what really the problem is. It's not wrong as in morally, it's just wrong as in like you're not going to build muscle as effectively using it that way, right? And yet, what I think we still maybe failed to recognize in these videos is that these people are showing up and they are working out. They are getting some degree of resistance and overcoming resistance to build some muscle. Is it the best way? Is the most effective way? The most speedy way to build muscle? No, probably not. But it's this wild effect of being so externalized these days, right? So focused on what is the outside world thinking of me? How can I please the outside world? How can I make others think of me in the way I like? Or, like it's just wild to, and yet these people, sometimes I've come to see them and go, maybe they're like the secret monks among us that just don't understand a better way to monk, but they just don't give a crap, right? So to bring that back to meditation, yes, exploring meditation and finding what works for you is important, because ultimately you're the one who's meditating. You're the one who's showing up to the gym of your mind. When you meditate, it should feel a bit like a workout, right? If you the process of bringing your mind back to a focus, bring your mind back to focus, not as a bad mind, no biscuit, right? But just okay, that's a thought. I'm observing that I'm thinking that, but I'm going to say, no, we're going to come over here. I'm just going to come over here. That is meditation. Even as you watch this video, I find it interesting that I myself, either of my own thoughts or talking to other people when they express their feelings about meditation, right? Just think about it, right? I said, I just stared at a wall for an hour and meditated. What was your reaction to that? I'm pretty sure the first time I heard that, I was like, wait, what? Why would you do that? Right? Even as I watched other people do it, and I will link a great Reddit thing where a guy meditated for an hour and just showed the time clock. He sped it up to 7 minutes, so it was quick. And being able to, he kind of like gave, a little synopsis of each of kind of like the areas of thought that his mind went to. Even as I looked at that, I'm going, wow, yeah, like what catharsis, what awesome, like that looks really good. And I thought, I want that, right? That was part of the inspiration that made me say, okay, I'm going to really do this today. But even as I'm going through it, it's wild to see, wait a second, I'm having very similar experiences here in that I'm going, what if the timer doesn't go off, right? And going, wait, I double check the timer. I know what the timer should be doing. I'm going to trust that, like, in this moment, this is like life. I don't always get to decide or can't always tell when like a period of life is going to, the timer's going to go off, right? If you are in a period of suffering, of discomfort, of frustration, as much as you may long for like, hey, can we speed this up? We don't get to choose that sometimes. If there's avoidable suffering, right? This Viktor Frankl said this in Man's Search for Meaning. If there's avoidable suffering and you continue to suffer it, then basically you're a fool, right? Avoid suffering if you can. But there are times where suffering is what we go through. The loss of a loved one, the seeming betrayal of a friendship, a relationship that's gone awry, loss of a job, realizing after years and years of behavior patterns that maybe you're at the center of the problem. These are all things I have dealt with in the past, I don't know, few years at least. And it is humbling. And humbling is like the self-righteous virtue signal way to describe it. It's miserable. It sucks. There's parts that I'm still going through that just feel like, ugh, this is heavy and I'm tired of carrying it, right? I don't like carrying this. What I feel as I sit here and think about going through an hour of staring at the wall, I feel a lightness. I feel a I feel at peace. I feel a restfulness inside myself. It was very interesting to see that the first, I'm guessing, right? I didn't look at the timer. I put the timer on my phone and I tossed it behind me and I just stared at the wall. The first 15, 20-ish minutes, right? I'm guessing. We're very boring. We're very unstimulating and uncomfortable. But as I went through it, I thought of, these people that I've had struggles with, and it, it wasn't that I even necessarily forgave them or had some like wild spiritual experience in that way, but it was more of like as I just sat with it, I'm going, yeah, like that isn't the right way to treat people. I don't believe that's the right way to treat people. But I can sit here and see that and observe it and just say, but I'm safe here. I'm just viewing it, right? I'm not trying to fix it because it's in the past, and I thought of different things going, yeah, I guess I could go into somebody's office or go, take somebody on a walk and tell them everything I think. And then it was like, I could, right? And then just like letting the mind go off and do its thing. And I found that for me towards the end, it was a feeling of I need to. Well, I need to. It was a feeling of I have dignity for the person I am right now. Yes, there are changes I want to make. I thought of like investments and purchases and things, toys and thinking, oh, wouldn't it be great to be debt free in this way or that way, and so yeah. But sitting with it long enough to just see those things kind of come and go, without feeling the anxiousness to hurry them along. Yeah, what a fascinating experience. I don't think we're going to be. I mean, at least for myself, I don't know that my schedule allows 1 hour of staring at the wall every day. Though you may go, yeah, my schedule will never allow this, and at least I would challenge you. Well, that's why I took a lunch break. If we're honest about how much we watch TV shows or how much time we spend on our phones. I mean, I'm recording this on my phone right now. As I walked over here, right, I was like, okay, I got my little notebook to write in, but I also got like, here's my headphones and my laptop. Like, I got work to do. I got to get back to work. But in particular, over the past year, I really struggled with external stimuli. This moment and a few others have helped me to understand that I, and I believe many other people, like to externalize the stimuli and then to almost like gather more external stimuli in the hopes that it will take care of it. This can be seductive in the over intellectualization of things that we think, well, if I just, I'm saying I maybe don't even consciously think, but I act in a way that I'm going to watch more and more videos about leadership or about mindfulness or about meditation or about emotional processing and attachment theory, and these are all wonderful things. I look forward to exploring these more on this channel. But what I really hope to do with this channel is be able to invite you to join me on a repeated process of acting and observing through actual mindfulness, actual meditation, and then building a kind of a balance plan, right? one that becomes something that you actually go, I like doing that because of the way it makes me feel, and I'm going to keep doing it. Like, I don't necessarily like eating veggies when I compare it to eating, the candy bar of my choice, but I do like how eating vegetables helps me to feel. And the key process there is to sit back and go, it's not necessarily about how does it instantaneously make me feel, but how does it feel then, and 10 minutes afterwards, and 10 hours afterwards, 10 days afterwards. Yeah, it's just fascinating to see how interesting, and again, this is what I want this channel to be all about, is that we do not need to buy programs. I'm thinking about how to like make a program to sell you, or coaching hours, or I don't know. I'm open to doing that. I would love to do that, because if I were financially independent, that's what I would love to do. I would love to give so rich or whatever, that I don't have to like worry about like working for somebody else, and then go, okay, anyhow, now let's just go around helping people in the way that I love to help people. I don't know if I'll get there. I don't know if I won't. And I'm not really going to stress that. But I am going to try and make frequent videos with observations that are basically, you don't need to buy a program, you need to act, and you need to act for yourself. So, the takeaway here, if you hear this and you think, who the devil is going to stare at a wall for an hour? You should. Everyone should. I don't know the frequency, but if you've never done it, you should do it. Do it and observe yourself. Observe what your mind does. If your mind resists and says, oh, this is such a waste of time, that's telling you something. That is your mind giving you information. It's not necessarily right or wrong, but it's information. What might that tell you about yourself? I feel a sense of catharsis, of relaxation, and of increased focusness, right? Increased focus because of that. And that is, it was miraculous enough, I guess, to me, for how don't confuse simple with easy, but it was a simple exercise. Just stare at the wall. I got a pillow. I sat there. I happened to find a little spot in front of my bed where I know I could just see most of the wall and not have art or other things distract me. I stared at the wall. It was an experience that if you hear this and you think a thought about it, oh, that's nice, oh, that's stupid, oh, what a waste of time, try it out. Take 1 hour. Experience it yourself. This is most certainly an example of something that must be experienced to be comprehended, instead of just hearing about it and thinking you know what it's like. So, yeah, I'm Neil. This is Unified Human Theory, and let's keep talking.